This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Today we are going to be talking about something very interesting that came across that someone had sent to me and forwarded me from Board Game Wire. And it says that actually, let me just go back and get it. The FTC, which is the Federal Trade Communication Board, warns board game content creator publishers over failing to properly disclose relationships and free games. Okay, so the United States Federal Trade Commission has changed and updated a 14-year-old guidance on endorsements and testimonials in advertising, which meaning that basically, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, if people are not disclosing the fact that they either receive payment, okay, or if they had received any type of free games or trips or any kind of a free meal even, that they are subject to court action, okay, which is pretty interesting. And it made me think. I go, okay, well, first of all, I work for the government, so the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I follow the guidelines, because the last thing I ever want to do is lose a job that I've spent most of my life doing. I can tell you guys honestly, and I can tell you guys up front before I go any further in this, is that I have never been paid to do a review, ever. I've been offered money by a couple of people, but I have never taken money to produce a video or do anything. Whenever I'm asked, I always say, send me a free copy of the game when it funds or whatever. That for me was enough. But what they're saying is that the best thing to do is to kind of say, hey, this is an ad for so-and-so. They gave me a free copy of this game. Nothing wrong with that. I have no problem saying that. But it made me kind of think, okay? And, as I read this, and actually a Federal Trade Communication spokesperson told Board Game Wire, the FTC Act and principle underlining the endorsement guides apply to game companies and game influencers. That means even if you have 500 people, you had better, if you got a free game, you better announce it, okay? Because you know that somebody's going to whistle you out and make sure that if you do not, and I do mean do not disclose this, that you can be sued. The FTC could sue the brand, the influencer, and the involved intermediary to enforce violations of the FTC Act related to those guidelines that had done so many times before. He added, regulators can't be everywhere at once, but expect more aggressive enforcement around these issues. And this isn't just for board gaming, it's video gaming, I would say, and any kind of media that you can receive something and you are an influencer on any one of these platforms, from YouTube all the way down to Twitter and such. And so, we're going to start following those guidelines, because I do receive games in the mail. And I have asked for review copies of things because, boy, it's really expensive out there to really try to buy everything that you possibly can. Do I buy a majority of my stuff? I sure do. I'd say about 80%, okay? But I have made some friends in this business, and they do send me stuff. For a fact that I get stuff from CMON, because I've also done some things for them, and we've both done some things. I get stuff from GMT, thanks to thanks to Herman Lutman. Thank you so much, or else they wouldn't even know I was on the map. And, he put me in contact with them. And I love GMT games. Whenever I get that box, it's my favorite thing. Have I given bad reviews on things that I've gotten for free? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And it's very, very uncomfortable, I'll be honest with you. And it's a tough thing. So this kind of adds to a question that I have for you. Does this mean that every single board game channel, if you have 500 people that follow you, if you happen to go to Gen Con and say, hey, I'm starting up, is there any way I can get a free copy to put this on my channel? Okay, and they don't disclose it, they can be sued? Or is this more for, are they going to pay attention to bigger channels? Or there's just no way that they can keep up with anybody from 50,000 and under? And with recent things going on, now all of a sudden that kind of pokes a hole in somebody's excuse. Oh, well, I can sue this company for this, that, and the other, because you didn't disclose that you were looking for money. Or even if you got the game for free. Okay? Now, when did this go into effect? I'm not too sure. But going forward, starting on Monday, I can tell you, any video that I do that I have gotten something, which is very few, I'm going to make sure that I put a disclaimer in the front and say, hey, I received that. And as a matter of fact, I've been doing that a lot. Hey, I got this in from Flying Frog Games. Okay. Oh, hey, I got to look at this early. Oh, Ignacy sent me this. So I've been doing that. So I want to make sure that on this channel, we will always disclose that. Now, whether you want to listen to my thoughts on that game, that's really up to you. Okay? If you think I can tell the truth, because I know what I could do. I can tell the truth. Okay? And the one thing about that is, it's a lot harder to lie. Okay? Because then you've got to cover up that lie every single time. And you got to remember that lie. And it takes a lot more work to lie than it is to just tell the doggone truth. Yeah, you may hurt some feelings, but it's better off to tell the truth, because then if anybody ever asks you something, you never get caught in a lie. Never get caught in a lie. Now, what does this mean, though? Does that mean that everybody's going to do that? Are we going to see, with all the thousands of games that Tom Vassell gets, that before every video he's going to have to go, hey, by the way, we received this, we were sent this game, so we decided to review it, and here's our thoughts. Because they get thousands of games. Does it really apply kind of to them, where that they're not out buying a lot of stuff? Okay? And there are some people that really do a great job of that. You take a look at One Stop Co-op Shop, who do a fantastic job. We were given a free copy. They say it before they even get. We were given a copy for review for this, and by the publisher. We have not been paid for this, X, Y, and Z. And they always say it, and it's done so professionally. And I still listen to what they have to say. I still listen to what they have to say. But does this change how you see things? Do you go looking for people that do not receive a free copy of the game? Do you go looking for those videos and sort through, this person, and are you going to find that people are going to adhere to this? Or it's just going to be, they're not going to bother with me. I only got like 10,000, 20,000 people that follow me. They're not going to chase after me. What are they going to bother with me for? Do you find a lot of people being lackadaisical with that and try to get one by people? Yeah, you want to catch me? Then you need to audit every single company. Go ahead, try to catch me. Because if I have to say whether I get a free copy or I'm getting paid for this, that it's going to not make people watch me as much. They're not going to take my word for things. Does that fall into line? Does this help you guys as consumers? Oh wow, they have to say up front whether or not they get free copies or not. Well, let me see if they do that. Or maybe they mention it at the end. Or maybe they don't mention it at all. It makes you kind of wonder. Or do you still have shysters like we have out there? Okay, you know who I'm talking about. A guy that will stoop to any lengths to do anything and still hasn't apologized to an entire community. Okay, that will do the shady, shifty thing and not mention it and take his chances on getting caught. I think there's a lot of people that won't even pay attention to this. Won't even read that article and just say, "Well, I didn't know." But I think people need to be aware of something like this when something like this comes up. You know, if you are a board game influencer, or if you are any kind of influencer, a video game a reviewer of board games, models, anything that you get. If you get taken out to dinner, you should say, well, you know something, that is considered a form of payment. You have to make that apparent to everybody. I don't think this is a bad thing. And I don't think it's a bad thing to get in front of the camera and go, yeah, sure. They asked if I would do that, and they said they would give me a couple shekels to do it too. If you're upfront and honest. Then it's up to you whether you want to watch that video or not. And then you can kind of try to judge for yourself, this guy seems fake as anything. No, this guy really liked it. So, you know, he got double the pleasure, just like double fruit gum there. Okay? I got paid to play something I really like a lot. What's wrong with that? Nothing. As long as you disclose it. I don't think it's a bad thing. And I've said from the beginning, even with this whole rigmarole and song and dance that is going on, that I never felt it was a bad thing for people to get paid as long as they were honest about it, didn't hold people at ransom, which I never thought could possibly happen, okay, and were upfront. You know, maybe they get paid and say, you know something, I'm going to donate this money to charity, but because I don't feel good, comfortable enough taking this money, and or maybe you give the money back and say, you know something, I'm going to review this game, but boy, I don't feel comfortable getting paid and telling you that this game stinks. There's a couple different ways that you can go about it. It depends on your moral ethics and your background and who you are as a person. You know, how were you raised? Okay. Do you feel it's nobody's business that you get paid to review things? I could see a board gamer's viewpoint in that. But it is advertising, and they have the right to go out and these companies and go, you know something, I'd really like you. Here's some money. Please, can you put this on here? I need the advertisement. I need the awareness. I need your channel to showcase this. Maybe you tweak it a little bit. Showcase the game, not give an opinion. That could be done. Hey, I got paid to do this. Okay? So I'm going to showcase this game on this channel. You make a decision whether you like it or not. At the end of this video, I am not going to give you my opinion whether I love it or not. I'm going to tell you how it plays. I'm going to tell you how it works. You make a decision from there. That's a way you can do it too. There's a lot of ways that you can skin a cat and keep your integrity. Okay? It's the shady people that decide to, oh, well, I ain't saying nothing. Let me just do this and collect. I think you know what I'm saying here. Okay? It's an age-long thing that has gone on for quite some time, and people have always sit here and agonized over the fact, dear God, you know, is this guy telling the truth or is this guy lying? You know? Where do you go from there, folks? I'll be honest with you. You know, I think honesty is the best policy. Just tell people. Let them make a decision whether they want to watch it or not. It's up to them. It's not going to hurt. And it's not going to hurt taking a few shekels. But I think honesty on your part in both ends. Maybe before you even make the video, go to the reviewer. Boy, I didn't like this. Am I understanding this wrong? Yeah, you are. Here's what we think. Well, I want to tell everybody about that. So please, can you bear with me a little bit? Maybe work with them and find out something. Okay, they're going to change this, but here's one thing I didn't like. Maybe it helps, especially on a Kickstarter. There's so many ways that this can be done in such a productive manner that people that are going to throw their hands up in the air over this article really don't have much to stand on. People that are going to throw this up are doing this for drama effects, because there are a lot of ways to do things positive here and make things work correctively and positively. And I think that really helps and does a lot of good things. So, it's really up to you. And I really think that how you go about doing those things and addressing those things or reading those things. Sorry, I got distracted with a message. I'm not going to avoid this out because I'm giving my thoughts freely and without notes and stuff like that. So that's another thing, expressing this and making you see this is what I'm thinking as I go along. But it can be done. The people that, again, who throw their hands up in the air, I really don't think are getting that this can really help the industry a lot and help people make decisions, okay, on who they follow. Help expose people that are fake, okay? This type of thing really helps out, okay? And that's what you want. You want transparency. You want to be able to spend your money wisely. Get an honest opinion. That's all you're asking for, and I get that too. So I look forward to hearing and seeing what you say about this. You can find this article. It's also on Board Game Geek. There's a thread for it. And also, I just want to check this. You can find this at Board Game Wire. The Federal Trade Communication warning. And I think it's a real interesting read, both for content creators and people that just watch these videos. Take a good look at it, and then comment in the bottom. Let me know what you think about this latest finding. As always, until next time, it is your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.